Okay, let's start with seated forward fold today. So legs are relaxed. You might want to pull your butt out of the way, help your hips to tilt forward, and then just let your upper body come forward. Take some nice deep breaths here. Feeling this stretch coming up your lower back, up your spine, into your neck. And of course in the back of your legs. Notice if you're holding any tension in your face or tongue, and just let it go. And maybe as you're breathing here, you notice your lower back start to let go a little bit. Let's push into your hands, stack your spine. And as a counter for that forward bend, let's come onto our backs with the knees bent up for a bridge. So fingers just barely touching the heels. And press into your feet, lift your hips. Squeeze your glutes, reach your tailbone forward. Come up as high as you can without splaying your knees out to the sides. And slowly lower back down to the floor. And then you can come back to seated, however works best for you. So let's come on to all fours now. And we're going to be doing exercises to work up to doing a standing bow pose. So some spine warm-ups and stuff like that. Hip warm-ups. All right, so let's start by extending the right leg back and the left arm forward. Reaching and stretching in opposite directions. Let's come into a back bend. Lift your hand and your foot, dropping your belly. And then reach back. Grab your foot on the big toe side. And let's lift that foot. Feeling it stretching open the left shoulder. Feeling a deep back bend here. And release. Let's extend the left leg back, right arm forward. Reaching in opposite directions, abdomen pulled in. But then let's let the abdomen drop as you lift your arm and leg into a back bend. Really making the front long. And then reach back, grab your foot on the big toe side, and let's lift the foot. Feeling this stretching the right shoulder, stretching the abdomen. And release. Let's do some cat-cows here. Just get some movement. Inhaling as you drop your belly, exhaling as you round your back. On your next cat pose with rounded back, hold it. Take a few breaths here. And come back to neutral spine. Let's do this one more time. Reach the right leg back, left arm forward. Making space in your hip and shoulder as you reach. Let's drop the belly, lift the arm and leg. And then reach back, grab right foot. Drop your belly, lift your foot, lift your gaze. And return to hands and knees. Extend your left leg and right arm. Create space in your hip and shoulder. Lift your arm and leg back, big back bend. And then reach back, grab the left foot. Kick your foot into your hand to stretch the right shoulder back. And release. We're gonna come all the way down to our bellies. Let's just start with simple, relaxed Sphinx pose. Elbows under your shoulders. But let's not collapse into the shoulders. Let's bring shoulders down away from the ears. And think about bringing your chest forward, sternum forward through your arms. And release down to the floor. Let's pull the palms back under your shoulders. Palms are flat, fingers together. Arms are in, touching your body. And let's squeeze the legs nice and tight. Squeeze the glutes. And for this Cobra pose, we are going to press into the hands a little bit. So press into the hands, but mostly try to use your back strength to lift up here. Again, shoulders should be down away from the ears. Stretch your toes back. Press your feet into the floor. Come up a little bit higher. And slowly come all the way down, right ear on the mat, arms by your sides. And take a few breaths here. And then let's do that one more time. Place the palms under your shoulders. Elbows in, touching your body. Squeeze your lower body and lift your upper body in the air. Again, pressing into the floor a little bit with your hands. Really think about bringing the chest forward. Think about bending in the upper spine as opposed to the lower spine. Make sure you're still breathing comfortably. And slowly lower down. Left ear on the mat, arms by your sides. All right, bring your chin out on the floor. Let's do a floor bow now. So bending your legs in, grab your feet on the outside, just below your toes. Try to keep your wrists straight. So you're just using your fingers to grip onto your feet. Try to be aware of not letting your knees splay out to the sides on this one. Try to keep the knees in about 6 inches apart. And then kick back into your hands, lift up off the floor, lifting the knees and the chest and the eyes to the ceiling. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together, squeezing your thighs towards each other and lifting your legs in the air. And slowly lower down. Bring your right ear onto the mat, arms by your sides, and relax. Let's do that again. Chin out on the floor. Bend your knees, grab your feet. Hip width between knees and feet. Nice strong grip with the fingers. And we'll press your belly into the floor as you lift your upper body and your knees off the mat. Making sure that you stay rolled forward on your belly. You don't want to be rolling back. Keep the knees in, hip width apart, keep lifting your feet in the air. Again, make sure you can breathe. And slowly come down, left ear on the mat, arms by your sides. And let's push up into child's pose legs, but instead of doing a passive child's pose, we're gonna be doing something more active. So bring your hands forward, bring your palms together, and then forehead to the floor, and reach forward through your fingers as you reach back through your hips. So arms are straight, triceps are engaged. Spine is long. And then you can release your arms to your sides and push up to seated. And let's just do a simple spine twist here. So turn to your right. And bring that left hand to the outer right knee and help to twist, but try to keep your spine as straight as possible. Untwist, let's go to the other side, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Keep your chin close to your left shoulder as you look behind you. Untwist, and let's come into a squat. So feet separated, hips come between your feet. If you'd like, you can bring your hands into prayer, press your knees apart with your elbows. And then as you breathe here with your exhales, feel your lower back relaxing towards the floor. Take a couple more breaths here. And then coming into dangle, bring your feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent, stomach in. Option to grab your elbows. And feel your spine decompressing towards the floor. Now release your elbows if you're holding your elbows and press into your feet to round up. One vertebra at a time. Arms come out to the side and up. Let's bring feet together. And then allow the right arm to come down and reach over to the right. So hips are coming off to the left. Press down into your left foot as you reach through your left fingertips. Legs are completely engaged. Come back to center. Let's drop the left arm. Hips come off to the right, reach over to the left. Again, legs are very strong here. Quads are contracted. Press into that right foot, especially as you reach through your right fingertips. Make sure your core is active here as well. And come back to center. So we're going to do our balancing stick. So let's just bring the right foot back, toes are pointed. So we're standing on one foot here, just the tips of your right toes are touching the floor. Left leg is contracted. And then start to pivot forward. Try to keep everything in one line and everything facing the floor. And eventually, you'll come down parallel to the floor. But if you ever start to fold, then back out a little bit so everything's in a straight line. And if it's a little too challenging to have your arms out in front of you, you can bring them to prayer hands at your chest. Just slowly back out. And arms down, feet together. Just focus on one point. Take a few breaths. Feel your heart beating. Let's do the other side. Bring your arms up. Extend the left leg behind you. Both legs are completely engaged. Just the tips of your left toes on the floor. And then you can start to pivot forward. And again, if you ever begin to wilt as you come down, just back out until everything can stay nice and strong. You keep your eyes focused on one point, that'll help with balance. Slowly back out. Feet together, arms down. And again, let's just focus one point and breathe. Great, let's do that one more time. Arms up. Extend the right foot back. Everything is stiff as a board, and then start to come forward. Extend back through your right toes. Extend forward through the crown of your head. And reverse out. Feet together, arms down. Arms up, other side. Extend the left leg back. Everything contracted and start to tip forward. And slowly come back up. Feet together, arms down. And take a few breaths. All right, so next we'll just do the beginning of our standing bow. So prepare the right leg by making it nice and solid. And then turn your left palm facing out and grab the inside of your left ankle. So this is going to make the shoulder rotate away and open up that left shoulder. Now, staying right here, squeeze the knees together. Notice how both of your hips are facing forward. Let's bring the right arm up and try to keep the hips facing forward, but bring the right shoulder to your chin so that your chest is turning to the left. So here we're set up for a standing bow, and you can tell that there is a spine twist here. So we're balancing on the right leg. We have the spine twisted and the right fingertips reaching forward. And release. Let's try that on the other side. So left leg nice and strong. Shift your weight to that left leg. Turn your right palm out and then grab the inside of the right ankle. Squeeze your knees together. Feel your right shoulder rotating out. And now let's bring the left arm up, bring the left shoulder to your chin, but keep your hips facing forward. And feel how that turns your chest to the right. So eyes focused on one spot. Hips facing forward, spine twisted. And left fingertips stretching forward. And release. So the next step of that will be starting to tip forward as you kick your foot away from you. So let's shift the weight to the right foot. Turn your left hand to the outside and grab the inside of the left ankle. So again, hips are facing forward, squeeze your knees together, and then bring your right arm forward and bring that right shoulder to where your chin is. So from here, you're going to bring the left knee straight back away from you and start to tip forward at your hips while keeping your right arm parallel to the floor. So come down as far as you can and maintain your balance. Keep kicking the left foot into the left hand to increase that spine twist. And slowly come back to standing. Other side, shift your weight to your left foot. Turn your right palm out and grab your inside of the right ankle. Knees squeeze together. Left arm forward, left shoulder to your chin. And then let's bring the right knee straight back. So here you're in your back bend. And as you kick back into your hand, you can start to come forward, reaching the left fingertips forward, keeping that arm parallel to the floor. Keep the right hip down and the chest out to the side. And slowly come up. Feet together, arms down. Take a few breaths. And then let's try that one more time. Shift your weight to your right foot. Turn your left palm out to the side. Grab your left ankle on the inside. Right arm comes up, shoulder to chin. So feel that twist with hips forward and the chest to the left. Bring that left knee straight back. Tip forward just like with balancing stick. Reach back with the left foot, reach forward with the right hand. Think about your back bend. You're doing a lot of things here. Balancing, back bending, spine twisting. And slowly come back up. Shift the weight to the left foot. Bring your right palm out. Grab the inside of the right ankle. And then left arm up, shoulder to chin. Let's kick that right knee straight back. Hips stay forward and tip forward. Right hip down. Right foot lifting to the ceiling. There should be an equal pull between the right foot kicking back and the left hand pulling forward. And slowly come back up. Feet together, arms down. Take a few breaths. And then let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, and we'll come into dangle again. So let's bring the feet hip width apart. Exhale, stomach in, option to grab the elbows. Release your elbows. Let's just bend the knees and come to seated. And lie down all the way on your back. Let's come into happy baby. Grab your outsides of your feet, press into your feet. Feel your lower back pressing against the floor. Then relax, make any movements that feel good. Now let's hug the knees in and just let your knees drop over to the left. Try to keep your right shoulder on the floor. Option to turn your head to the right. And let's bring knees back to center and then let your knees drop over to the right. Trying to keep that left shoulder on the floor. And an option to turn your head to the left if that's comfortable. And let's bring knees back to center. And let's end with plow pose. So just bringing the hips up and over your head. Toes to the floor behind you. And support your back with your hands. And now slowly release back to the mat. Bringing your legs all the way down and setting up for Savasana. And tuck your shoulder blades underneath, take up some space on your mat. Tune into your breath. Maybe scan your body starting at the top of your head, looking for any tension, releasing with your exhales. If your mind has wandered, come back to your body, back to your breath. Again, focusing on any areas that need a little attention, letting go. Now start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes, hands and feet. Arms and legs. If you'd like, bring your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then either turn onto your side and push up or roll back on your spine to seated.